Now this is the setup I'm going to be using during this video, and if you want to know exactly how to set one of these up, check out the video that's linked in the upper right hand corner. Now at the beginning of every comparison I will start to talk into the A5100, giving you an idea of what the internal audio sounds like, so you do get a better idea of how it compares to the following mic. Mic option number 1 is the Zoom H1 itself. It comes with two mics on top of it, so it works best if it's pointed directly at you. It's going to get you stereo sound with a 90-degree recording angle, so it's somewhere in between an omnidirectional and a unidirectional microphone. It's a good choice in two situations. Number 1, you don't have any other mic, and number 2, you don't mind that it doesn't do a really good job in picking up your voice and letting it hover over all the ambience, but that it kind of gathers as a round profile of the location that you're in. When you're using it outside, like I'm doing right now, definitely the use of a foam wind muff, better a fur wind muff, is recommended. The one that I'm using now is from my cover, but Zoom also has a proprietary one. Quick little tip, use the hold function of the Zoom H1 to block all the buttons, so nothing messes with your recording. The best results in my experience in any kind of scenario from the Zoom itself you're gonna get using its built-in low-cut filter and letting it auto level. Also, to get the highest possible audio quality, which is something you should want, except if you want to save SD card space, choose waveforms over MP3s, 96 kHz, 24-bit. So once again, this is what you're getting from the A5100 internal audio. I'm about selfie distance away, and the camera does everything in auto internally. And now let's switch to the second mic option, which is called ATR 3350 and is a lavalier mic manufactured by Technica, and it simply attaches to your collar via this clamp mechanism. It's a good budget option when it comes to lavalier mics because both price point and audio quality are decent. It does come with its own power source running off one of these tiny LR44 batteries. So with this one, you always have to remember to turn it on before you start shooting and to turn it off once you're done. There's one problem though, making it a rather unfavorable choice when doing stuff like I'm doing right now, run and gun type or vlog type shooting, and that's the fact that it comes with an extremely long cable. But if you're in a studio environment and you have all the space you need and you don't have to care for all of this cable, then it's a very good option. Although it's a lavalier, it's actually omnidirectional, but since it's located so closely to the source of your voice, it still does a very good job in focusing in on it and to a large degree excluding surround sounds. It comes with a microphone wind muff by default, but if you're looking for added wind protection, which is something you definitely should when using this outside, think about using a micro dead cat like the EWS003 from EduTeach that I'm using right now. Now it does come with your standard 3.5mm 3-pole mic input, so it plugs directly into the line and connector of the Zoom H1. The best quality you're gonna get in this configuration, in my experience, is if you're using the built-in low-cut filter of the Zoom H1 and if you manually level this microphone. Just place it on your collar, then start talking in your normal voice at an easily sustainable volume and use the input level selector on the right side of the Zoom to make the signal level to minus 12 decibels. Why minus 12 decibels? Reason number 1 being you're getting a signal with decent volume. Reason number 2, you still have enough headroom to 0 decibels, which is where audio peaks, so you're not running the risk of ending up with distorted audio while you record, which is something you cannot recover in post-production. Again, here's a quick audio sample of the internal audio of the A5100, spoken into at about selfie distance, letting the camera pretty much do everything automatically. And now let's switch to mic option number 3, which is the EIM008 from EduTeach. Again, it's a lavalier mic, clips to your collar via a clamp mechanism. It's my favorite lavalier mic for vlogging and run and gun type shooting because the cable length is perfect for that. It's just dangling in between the setup and yourself and usually is no problem at all. It comes with a 3.5mm 4-pole mic jack, so it's actually intended for the use with mobile devices. But I like to use the ETG004 adapter from EduTeach, adapting the 4-pole jack to a 3-pole jack, enabling me to hook it up to the Zoom H1. Also, this one doesn't come with its own power supply, so you don't have to worry whether it's recording or not. This time you're getting directional quality audio, so this mic is built especially for voice recording. So even in a pretty noisy situation using this mic, you will still have your voice hover over most of the ambience. It also comes with a microphone wind muff by default, but again, if you're using it outside, a micro dead cat is really a must-have. To get the best results out of the EIM008 and the Zoom, use the Zoom's built-in low-cut filter, but manually level this mic. It's basically the same MO as before with the ATR 3350. Put it on your collar, start talking into the mic with your normal voice at an easily sustainable volume, then use the input level selector on the right side to level the signal so it hits minus 12 decibels. Once again, quick sample of the internal audio of the A5100 to give you a better idea of how it compares to the following mic, which is the 4th mic option and is called ETM008 from EduTeach. It's a tiny mic that's basically a combination of a tiny directional microphone and a 3.5mm 3-pole mic jack. It's definitely my favorite option out of all of the ones I'm going to show you, because it's among the most compact and definitely the most easy to use. It has a directional pickup pattern, so it's great for voice recording, run and gun type, vlog type shooting by default. It comes with a microphone with muff. If you want to use it outside, definitely use a micro dead cat. For example, I'm using the EWS004 right now. You can get this mic within a kit that features this dead cat. To prevent dead cat movement and be absolutely sure that it's secured with the setup, use this little trick here. And since it features your basic 3.5mm 3-pole mic jack, it plugs right into the line-in connector of the Zoom H1. Now when it comes to setting it up, just use the Zoom's built-in low-cut filter and let the device auto-level, because the ETM008 works in perfect unison with the auto gain control of the Zoom H1. Basically, that means you can run this audio configuration in full auto and still get the best possible audio within any scenario. Again, quick internal audio sample. Sony A5100, about selfie distance, normal voice, easily sustainable volume. And now let's check out mic option number 5. Again, it's one of these tiny ATR microphones. This time it's called ETM001. It's definitely the most sensitive mic out of all of the ones I'm going to show you. Also this time it's an omnidirectional microphone, so it's better suited to capturing the surround sound profile, the ambience of the location that you're in, rather than focusing in on your voice and letting it hover over the ambience. Again, as with all ATR microphones, by default it comes with a microphone with muff, but if you want to use it outside, a micro dead cat is really a must-have. Right now I'm using the EWS004 from ATR. To secure the dead cat to this configuration and prevent dead cat movement, you can use the same trick as before with the ETM008. It features your standard 3.5mm 3-pole mic jack. It plugs right into the Zoom H1, no problem. Best results you will get when using the built-in low-cut filter of the Zoom and if you level the mic manually. Auto levels with the ETM001 is basically a useless option, except if the volume of the ambience is super constant. But as soon as the volume is volatile, in a silent situation, you're going to end up with too much hiss, and whenever sound hits that silent situation, you're going to end up with peaking audio. As always, quick internal audio sample of the A5100, selfie distance away, normal voice, easily sustainable volume. But now let's check out what mic option number 6 can do for us. And it's called the Rode VideoMicro. Only problem being, it is kind of a noisy mic. It does feature a directional pickup pattern though, so it remains a good budget choice if you want to use it for run and gun type or vlog type shooting. Because it will, to some degree only of course, neglect surround sounds and enable your voice to hover over the ambience. Now as far as wind protection goes, you're on the safe side here. The Rode VideoMicro comes with the Rode Puffin, which is a foam and muff dead cat combination, and gives you the most excellent of wind protection you could ask for this kind of mic. Before you're able to hook up this mic to the whole setup, it's gonna take some do-it-yourself customization to make it work. We're gonna need 2 pieces of regular profile 3M dual lock Velcro. Then we're gonna need a cable tie like this and your favorite choice of tape, and apply one simple layer to the Rode VideoMicro right here. Now apply the cable tie to the Rode VideoMicro, then take the smaller piece of 3M dual lock and then place it onto the back of the cable tie. Wave patterns running vertically. Then take the remaining piece of 3M dual lock and then apply to the Zoom exactly like this. Wave patterns are running horizontally. And then attach the Rode VideoMicro to the Zoom H1. Quick trick for the Rode VideoMicro: run the cable like this so you prevent it from bumping into the setup while you record, which otherwise will inevitably end up on the audio track. To set it up with the Zoom H1, use the Zoom's built-in low-cut filter and manually level this mic. Also, if there's not a lot of ambience or wherever you are, the volume of the surround sound is relatively low, you will notice hiss. That's just a given when using this mic. Okay, final mic option, again starting you off with some samples of the internal audio of the A5100. Before now, we move to the Rode VideoMic ME. Like the Rode VideoMicro before it, it's another budget classic, this time among smartphone vloggers. Build quality and audio quality are pretty comparable to the Rode VideoMicro before it, but it is less prone to hissing than the Rode VideoMicro. Because it's intended for the use with mobile devices, it does come with a 3.5mm 4-pole connector. But thanks to Rode and their TRS to TRS adapter cable, you can still quite easily hook it up to the Zoom H1. Before it's applicable to this setup, we're gonna have to do some customization. Again, we're gonna need a cable tie like this one, with a nice piece of 3M dual lock applied to the backside of it. Again, wave patterns running vertically. Now this 4-pole connector has to go through the 3rd opening. Must not sit like this, but like this. Then close the cable tie, cut the ledge if you want to, and then we can apply it to the zoom the same way we applied the Rode VideoMicro, via another piece of 3M dual lock, this time wave patterns running horizontally. As with the Rode VideoMicro before it also features a directional pickup pattern, which means it's built so it does a good job in focusing in on your voice, and to some degree of course excluding surround sounds, which when you're vlogging is really what you're looking for. Wind protection wise, again we're using the Rode Puffin, a combination of foam windscreen and dead cat. Best results from using the mic ME with the Zoom H1 you're gonna get when using the built-in low-cut filter of the Zoom H1 and manually leveling the Rode VideoMic ME. And as you do, you're gonna notice it's more sensitive than the Rode VideoMicro, and you're gonna have less problems with hissing. So if you liked the video, if you found it helpful, please make sure to leave a thumbs up, it's greatly appreciated. Any kind of comment or feedback is welcome, and I'll try to answer as quickly as possible. Also, should you feel like supporting the channel, definitely check out the video description, there might be some product links that are interesting for you. In any case, as always, thank you so much for your time. Thank you for watching, and hopefully see you again soon.